What's up guys, AliPlays123 back with another video, and in today's video we are going to be opening up the Dawn of the Guardians, Mythic Guardians TCG Battle Box. Alright, so let's just get straight into this thing. I'm going to take off the plastic wrap and then we can look around the box and just see what it looks like. So, here we go. Right off the bat, I just have to say, this looks so professional. In my eyes, it is up there design-wise with some of the bigger TCGs, just because it looks amazing. And so, I think we need to look around the edge and then get into this. So here you can see it is a battle box. And there are two decks within the battle box. These are the Grand Guardians you can find within the decks. And so Infernal Calamity is essentially the fire deck, Fire and Dragon, I believe. And then the Tidal Hurricane deck, you have Water and Breeze as the elements. And so finally on the back, we have the Dawn of the Guardians logo, which is the logo and set name for Set 1, which is the set this was released for. And finally, on the back, we have a ton of information. We have Battle Box, Tidal Hurricane versus Infernal Calamity. Collide in battle with a Tidal Hurricane and versus Infernal Calamity Battle Box. This is the perfect way to jump into the world of Mythic Guardians. An easy, pick-up-and-go way of dueling your friends. This box includes everything you need to get started, as well as a few booster packs to help expand your collection. Which I believe there's just one booster pack. Not sure what to do with your box? The size makes it perfect for storing all your cards inside. So perfect. Yeah, it'll be good for storing cards and that stuff, and obviously I'm going to want to keep the box just because it looks amazing. And then over here you have a link that most likely will go to the rules on his website, so that's what that is for. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what this looks like inside. I have not seen somebody open up a battle box with the decks that fit the cards, and well, actually that's just about it. And so now, since he's updated the battle box, all the decks should be the right size to hold the cards, so let's take a look and see. And here we go. No, paper. Oh, wow. So we have first deck, second deck, Dawn of the Guardians pack, and then these hollows. Alright, let's put this into the background and see what we have. So, to start, we have the decks, and we are going to look into these. I believe these are the hook boxes for a reason, because these are most likely cheaper than the other types of boxes you can get, and so it helps with the price of the box. Then we have the pack. This is a regular Dawn of the Guardians 18 card booster pack, which I'm really excited to open. And then of course we have these, the stamped hollows. Interesting. What does this come in? What is this? What? I don't think I've seen this before. It's a paper envelope that's, I don't know, wrapped around the cards. Awesome. Don't know why it had to be in the bag. Probably because the top flap is loose. Okay. Man, what do we go into first? I think we should probably start with the decks. We'll save those, the best, for last. I'm going to be putting a copy of each deck into my binder, so I can always go back and look at the decks and see what they're all about, and I don't know, just help study the game and figure out how to play it. So I believe each deck should have 54 cards, and yeah, let's see what we have. I don't know if they're in order of how he put them in there. We will have to see. You get 3 copies of Candy Floss Dragon, Arena Bombardment, 3 copies of Collision Comet, Draco Blaze, 2 copies of Dragon's Breath, 2 copies of Ecto Canister, or 3 copies of Ecto Canister, 1 copy of Ecto Imploder, we have 2 copies of Ecto Infernal Anima, 1 copy of Ecto Infernal Behemoth, and I'm guessing 3 copies of Ecto Infernal Slime, yep. Then we have Ecto Revival, 2 copies, Elder Skull Dragon, 2 copies of Flare Wand, 2 copies of Fortune Draw, Counterattack, Gourd the Reaper, 2 copies, Guardian Armor, Guardian Reinforcements, Infernal Seal, and then, oh, wow. Look at that. What a well-made card that just looks sick. I love this, especially in the non-holo version, because I've not seen it in non-holo yet. When it's in non-holo, you're seeing all the original colors, and because the Game Crafter's printing is just so amazing and high quality, the print comes out amazing and high quality, so I just love the non-holo versions. We've not gotten any non-holo Guardians or Grand Guardians yet from the packs, so still hunting for those. Then we have Little Skull Croc, 3 copies. Recycle Resources. I don't know if I have this resource yet. I'm curious. Shinfu, the Crimson Thief, 2 copies of Skull Dragon. Smokescreen, Spitfire Cobra, 2 copies. Then we have just a couple of our shrines, 2 Stone Wyvern shrines. The Lucky Flying Pig, 3 copies of Twinferno, Void Rescue, and then 2 copies of Volcanic Golem to end it off. So that is the Infernal Calamities deck. There we go. I'll put it over there and hopefully it stays together. Alright, let's get into this other deck. Alright. We have, to start, Frogger Frontline, Counterattack, Guardian Armor, Guardian Reinforcements, and oh, wow. That is awesome. Hurricane Toad. And yeah, edge-to-edge printing. Very well done. Good job, the Game Crafter. And of course, Sam, great job with the art on this one. And we have Hydro Jetpack, a couple copies of that. Kraken's Reef is our shrine, or one of our shrines. We have some Lucky Lily Pads, Melodic Perch, Night Falcon, Mythic Rare Abyss Leviathan, Night Mage, Storm Seal, Tidal Waves, a couple copies of that, Void Rescue, Vortex, a few copies of Wandering Warbler, Bubble Gloves, a couple copies of Coral Dragon. Then we get our other shrine, which is Eagle's Roost, 2 copies of that. And we have Fortune Play, Recycle Resources, then 3 copies of Ronin Kroken, Soaring Tanuki, Shrimp Shell Swordsman, wow, that is a tongue twister, 3 copies of Springjaw, Sorcerer's Shield, 3 copies of Stormcaster, the Great Croaking, love that card, the Lucky Flying Pig, the Night Mage, 3 copies of Pawn Pole, Guardian Reinforcements, Guardian Armor, Counterattack, and Froggy Frontline, which we already talked about. I put them to the back of my mistake, so those last 4 resources we had already seen, so keep that in mind. There are not multiple copies of those, I don't believe so. So anyways, those are the decks. Awesome. We will put those into the binder at the end of the video, but it's about time we look at this stuff. Now, the holos are guaranteed going to look sick, so let's just start with the pack, because we never know what we're going to get in these. Now, I'm going to double check the pack hit rates. We have 11 Common Guardians, 2 Rare Guardians, 1 Mythic Rare, which has a 1 in 3 chance of being full art, 3 Resources, and 1 Shrine. Okay, we are still looking for quite a few Mythic Rares. I believe we have every Rare we need, and Common, at least for Guardians. I am missing quite a few Resources, so I don't know for sure which of those I'm missing. I do need to look into that. And yeah, no Grand Guardians yet. And we definitely still need some full arts. So yeah, we got some stuff we need. So let's see what we got. Oh, so maybe gonna go backwards this time. So you know what? Let's do this. Let's put 5, what is it? Shrine. Let's put 4 cards to the back. Hopefully that works. Keeps our Mythic Rare in the back. And let's see what we have. Spirit of the Nightingale, Brittlebug, Ronin Kroken, Venomous Virus, Soaring Tanuki, Melodic Perch, Candy Floss Dragon, the Lucky Flying Pig, Storm Seal, Astral Teddy is a rare. These cards are just sliding around. That's why I need him to release playmats. I need to be able to put the cards on the playmats so they don't slide. Astral Teddy, and oh, nice! We pulled Infernal Skull Rider from a pack. Wow. Gotta sleeve that up right away. I'm trying to pull every single card for my master set from the packs. I don't want to just take a card from the decks. They don't have anything that makes them unique to the deck, so technically you could do that, but I think it'll be fun to try and collect everything from packs. So yeah, Infernal Skull Rider is awesome. I love that card. Perfect. I'm going to put that right back here next to the one in the box. Let's finish off what we have. We have resources, Vortex, Guardian Reinforcements, Promotion. I don't know if I have this one yet. That I don't recognize that. Volcanic Golem, Pots and Panda, Pawn Pull, and Tranquil Butterfly. All right. That was an epic pack opening. Awesome. And it's interesting, the only other Grand Guardian I've ever pulled from a pack was the exact same Infernal Skull Rider, but in holographic form. So I still have not got my hands on Hurricane Toad from a pack, the Teddy Bear one, and oh geez, the other one. I need to look and figure out their names. I can visualize them, but then I don't remember their names exactly. All right, let's get out the holographic stamped holo cards. These are going to be sick. Oh my gosh. What? That is so cool. We have Abyss Leviathan, and look, there's the stamp. Dawn of the Guardians Battle Box. These are unique to the Battle Box. Draco Blaze. Ecto Infernal Behemoth. It's like opening a loaded God pack. Elder Skull Dragon. Hurricane Toad. Holographic. And so if you wanted to, you could take any of these cards and put them back into the deck, so you could have some cool holographic cards to play with. But since I am master setting all of set 1, I do need to put all these different stamped cards into the binder, which you'll see at the end. Infernal Skull Rider, 2 Grand Guardians back to back. We have Night Falcon, Ronin Kroken, Shinfu the Crimson Thief, Shrimp Shell Swordsman, Skull Dragon, and the Great Croaking. Now I have this in non-holo, holo, and stamped holo. I might need to sculpt this one. If you are listening, Sam, I am curious if we will be able to create full arts for the set 2 design and card contest that are of set 1 cards. Will you be adding any alternate art set 1 cards into set 2, or do you want it to solely be set 2 cards? Because if you are allowed to submit set 1 cards as like full arts that will be alternate arts of set 1 cards, I will definitely get started right away. Otherwise, if you're on the Patreon, you've probably seen he's been posting quite a few sneak peeks into some cards that are going to come out in set 2, because I always could start sculpting some of those, because I have quite a few I love, especially one of the Grand Guardians and the Mythic Guardian he has revealed look really cool. But I don't want to talk about them on here because you got to be on the Patreon to see those. So, but yeah, he has some really cool cards. And if you want to check out his most recent set 2 videos, you might be able to see some of the cards that he has announced and showed for set 2. But other ones are, as of right now, unique to the Patreon. So anyways, let's get out the binder and let's start putting all of these cards into the correct spots. Alright, so let's take a look quickly through the binder to see everything new that I added. So a lot of the first pages are going to be stuff you have seen before. When I am all finished, or at least close to finished with my master set. I will be doing a full in-depth video of the master set and the binder, so all that. So I'm just going to quickly go through and show you what is new for the binder. Promotion was a new resource. And the only other new card I got from the pack, so I got 2 new cards from the pack, which is pretty good, but it was the Infernal Skull Rider, which is so sick. Every time I look at it, I just love it even more, so that is awesome. And then we did not have any holographic packs. Then we have the Battle Box Hollows. So here's what it looks like with the envelope that came with the cards. I just taped that onto the front here, and so I think it looks pretty good. And we look inside, we have these stamped hollows with little stamps all over them. These cards are really cool. And what I did is I just organized them by lowest number to highest number. So that's how I went through and did that, in case you're curious. That is the order I put them into the binder with. And then finally, we have the decks. So this is deck 1, Tidal Hurricane. And so you can easily see what cards are in the deck. You can read the abilities, you can see how many cards. Obviously, you can also see that on his website, but I thought it would be convenient for me if I could just have it in the binder. I also just counted as part of master setting all of set 1 by including the set 1 decks within the binder. And then we have Hurricane Toad, which is another epic Grand Guardian. And so yeah, we're just looking for 3 more Grand Guardians to pull from packs. And 2 more I'm just missing altogether. So hopefully we get those soon. And then we have the Infernal Calamity deck, which has some more awesome cards. And then finally, one other thing I'll show you, I have some cards on this page that are duplicates, or kind of like rare in my opinion. These ones down here were very uncentered, miscentered off to the side, and so I thought I'd put them in here just to try and keep them in as good a condition as possible, because maybe they will later down the line be a little bit more collectible. And then we have, of course, these 2 full arts, which I already have, and so my plan is to maybe start trading after I get my other booster box opened up and my other packs and all that. But you know, we'll see. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching the battle box, seeing what is inside of it, and yeah, I'm excited for the next opening, so I will see you then. Peace out.